Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration from St. Louis, Missouri, or Troy, but nobody knows where Troy is. Most people know where St. Louis is if you live in the U.S., but if you're out of the country, most people only know Chicago. So I tell them I'm 4 hours south of Chicago. So with that being said, smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you and welcome to my new subscribers. I think we're at 1,404 now. And there's a dog knocking on my door. No, it's my dog knocking on the door. Okay, the topic today is back to the grind. Because I'm back home now. I forgot. Check out my books on Amazon. Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels. And I've had some adventures, let me tell you. And the power is within, because that's exactly where it's at. And I'm working on a third book now. I just got back from Punta Cana, and I got to make a good start on it. I had it started. I was probably halfway or 3/4 of the way through it. I just didn't like the way it was put together. So I started over, and it's looking really good this time. That's a direct inspiration from Alfie Kingdom. I've been spending time talking to him, and we weren't really talking about me finishing that book, but just by being around him we actually haven't met in person, but just by communicating with him, that's the way it works. You become part of what you're around. He's written over 30 books. I tell you to check him out on Amazon too. I'm reading currently another one of his books. They are great. If you want to know some game, that man's got the game. All right, so my website is marksinspiration.com if you'd like to get my help personally. You can check me out on Instagram if you're watching this on YouTube at Mark's Inspiration. And we are going to go with the topic now, back to the grind, because I am back home. And even though I had everything squared away when I left, everything set up so everything would work good, the company would be fine, everything would be fine at the home. Guess what? I come back, and when the boss isn't here, things just kind of go to hell. But that's life. Makes you realize how important you are. But then again, how unimportant you are, because guess what? If I was to disappear, or if I were, correct English, to disappear off the face of the earth today, life would go on just fine without me. Yes, my kids would miss me, but someone else would take my place on YouTube and hopefully give you the wonderful message that I'm trying to give to you today. But if it's back to the grind, you might want to find a different grind. Because when I was down there in Dominican Republic, I was with this beautiful girl, and she said, that's the deal with you Americans. She's from Colombia. You Americans, you just want to work all the time and you don't enjoy your life. Well, if you look at going back to work as back to the grind, I would have to agree with her. But I don't look at it like that. I was excited about getting back here and going to work, about making more videos, about getting back on the job and working hard. I love to do that, serving customers. Now, I must admit, when I got back, I had a lot of clients calling me that wanted me to do jobs that I had bid, and they decided they wanted me to go ahead and do them. I had a couple other people wanting bids. Now, that's great, and I like that because that's money coming in, and it keeps me working. I like that. I like to do that, so I do what I love. But it's a little overwhelming. And then when I get back home, the sink is clogged. The kids forgot to take the trash out. Someone took the cover off of the hot tub, so there's dirt in it after I cleaned it out perfectly before I left. Let me see what else. There's a few other things. I can't remember all of them. And it's like, I'm like, what are you kids doing? And they're adults. One of the boys is almost 21, the other's 19, the other's 17. So I said, you're a young man. I said, you should be able to take care of this stuff. But that's the way it is. So, and I don't raise them like snowflakes. I teach them to take responsibility. Well, part of the problem too, and one of my boys was gone. The young was like, where's he at? Nobody knows where he's at. He just went and stayed at one of his friends. So we found him this morning. But this is the chaos I came to when I came home. But thank God I got chaos. Thank God I got people who depend on me, who want me to serve them, who appreciate me. That's all part of it. That's all part of why I love what I do, is people that want me to serve them. They want my products and my services. And that's what it's all about. People think about being successful in life. They think about what they can get. No, you need to think about what you can give to these people. And they want more than just your product or services. They want to trust you. They want to like you. If they like you, many times you will get the job, or you can sell your service or product because they like you more so than the other guy. And he may even give them a better deal, but they like you, so they're going to use you. They trust you, so they're going to use you. It's not all about giving. It's not all about getting. It's about giving. Because whenever you give, you receive. And you receive in not only the amount of compensation that you give, but much more if you give freely. And you say, how do you do that? If you're getting paid, of course you want to be paid. Yes, you do. But here's the secret there. Always do more than you're getting paid for. You will never get more than you're getting paid for now until you do more than you're getting paid for now. I know that's kind of confusing, but it's true. And if you can figure it out, it works like magic. Just a minute. My dog. And my dog missed me. She was so glad to see me. She wouldn't eat or drink when I was gone, the kid said. So anyway, imagine that. What did they say? Lock your dog and your woman in the closet before you leave for work. And when you get home, open the door and see which one's happier to meet you. That's a funny one, but it's true. Come here. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm going to pick the dog up. She's feeling lonely. So, here you go. Yeah, she's my special girl. Always faithful, always loyal, unlike some other girls I know. But if you feel like you're getting back to the grind, then maybe you need to look for something different to do. Or maybe you need to work a little harder, or maybe you need to learn how to like what you do. It's like my dad told me when I was a kid. I hated peas. He said, learn to like them. Guess what? Peas are my favorite vegetable today. So why can I do things like go to the Dominican Republic and travel when I want to and have a home and raise these 6 kids by myself for the last 11 years and have a business, have this YouTube channel? Because I'm willing to do what other people won't do so I can have what other people don't have. Am I special? No, I'm not special. You can do it too. There's so many people out there that have so much more than I have. Now, I don't know what kind of peace or contentment or satisfaction or fulfillment they have. So you really can't compare your success and what you desire to what someone else has, because success is different to everyone. I like the definition Earl Nightingale uses. Success is the progression. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. So as long as you're progressing towards a worthy goal or ideal, you are a success today. So many of you, and I've thought this too, think that success is when you get the $1 million, when you get the $100,000 a year job, or when you earn a certain amount of money, or when you get this beautiful girl, whatever it happens to be. That's not it. The joy truly is in the journey. I mean, what makes it fun for me to go out of the country is because it's difficult for me to do. I mean, I could go right now and get on a plane and go somewhere, but I have a lot of responsibilities here. But those responsibilities don't weigh me down. They don't trap me. They give me fulfillment. See, like having all these kids. A lot of people don't want that because they feel like it will trap them. Well, when they were younger, you could look at it as a trap. But even then, I was able to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to raise those kids. And now I'm able to do more than what I want to do. Sometimes I work on Saturdays. Sometimes I work on Sundays. I usually get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I am busy until 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I might watch a little bit of the Vikings or Ray Donovan, or I like to take those characters and try to mold them into my personality. The parts about them that I like, and mold them into my personality, usually the masculine parts. So I watch them with intent. I don't just mindlessly watch sitcoms and things like that that don't inspire me to be a better person. And I suggest that you don't do that either. Everything should be done with intent. Even if you're sitting and doing nothing and relaxing, it should be done with the intention of unwinding, of connecting with your higher self, with God, however you choose to call that. Everything should be done with intent. So, am I going back to the grind? No, for me, no. My perception is not like that. But if yours is, like I said, you need to find something different. Find something you love to do. Now, do I always love making a video? No. Do I always love doing some of the things I have to do at work? No. Do I always love being overwhelmed and having more than I can get done, or feeling like I have more than I can get done? No, but it's the whole package. At the end of the day, when I face these small challenges, and that's what men need. Men need challenges to become men. I was talking to someone the other day, and he was a young man. He was telling me he thought that he could have character built without having challenges, without having disappointments, without ever being bullied, without ever being cheated, by having a comfortable, easy, soft life. I tend to disagree. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's any way that you could build strong, masculine character without going through the fire. Like the old adage goes, for in fire, gold is tested, and worthy men in the crucible of humiliation. Yeah, I've been through a lot of crucibles of humiliation. Mostly self-imposed, because I have big dreams. I want to be something more than I am today. Am I happy with who I am today? Yes. Am I happy with the way I look, my body, my shape, my physique? Yes. But I desire more. We must constantly be expanding. The universe is expanding. And if you don't expand with it, you're contracting. I've said this before, but repetition is the mother of invention. How do you get a good body? How do you get in shape? By repetition with the weights, by running repetitively. Is that correct? Repetitively. Everything, reading over and over. Some books I've read and listened to over 100 times. And again, check out Effie Kingdom's books. If you're having trouble with women, like I said, I'm reading them now. And I know game. I was doing game when I was 16. But I think I've forgotten more than most young people know. Because as I read Effie's books, it reminds me, yeah, I used to do that. Yeah, this is what I need to do. So you're never going to get there. You can constantly be improving, and you should be. And that's the value of reading. It strengthens your mind. Your mind is a muscle, just like the other muscles in your body. You strengthen it by reading. Listening is good too, but if you listen with intent and focused listening. Now, I listen while I'm working, but the quality of that listening is not as good as reading. And the quality of that listening is not as good as if you sit somewhere quiet and just listen with intent. With nothing else going on around you, you're not doing nothing else. Possibly can drink a cup of coffee or tea or something. Maybe a beer, huh? Not too much beer. Everything in moderation. So it's very important to do that. So the original topic, back to the grind. Nothing is a grind unless you perceive it to be a grind. I've been doing this every day for, two and a half years now. Is it a grind? No. Do I love to do it? Yes. Sometimes am I nervous? Not much in the videos anymore, but when I did the 2 or 3 lives down in Punta Cana, I was a little nervous. I don't do too many lives. I mean, except for the podcast every weekend, but that's a whole different setup. I don't do that from location. I have the studio, and I have a guy running the cameras and the computers and the technical stuff that I don't know anything about. I know very little about it. So that takes a lot of the weight off my shoulders. But in the situation where I go live from like when I'm traveling, that's a little bit different. I say I'm not comfortable with it. I haven't done it before. But once again, you want to build character, you got to get out of that comfort zone. Just like if you're in your job where it is a grind, you are in a comfort zone. But you say, Mark, I'm uncomfortable with it. Yeah, but you're familiar with this and you're afraid to change. You're afraid to take that risk, whatever it is inside of you that you want to do, but you got that steady money. That steady money becomes a trap. It's not the job that's a trap. It's not the grind that's a trap. It's the steady money. You think that is security, but it's not. Your boss could walk in tomorrow and say, I'm sorry, but the company's closing. We're letting go 2,000 people, and you're one of them tomorrow. You've been there 20 years, no severance pay, nothing. The place could close down tomorrow. Maybe they'll give you 2 weeks. Maybe they'll give you 2 months. What happened to your security? There is no security in money, jobs, or anything. The only security you will find is the security that lies within you. Trust. Trust that everything will work out. Trust that there's part of you that knows exactly what needs to be done when the time comes for it to be done. That your job is not your source. It's just a conduit for the source, the energy of the universe, whatever you need to flow through. Do you think that you can't get money any other way except through your job, through your boss? Then if you think that and you believe that, then you have set that limit upon yourself. Money can flow to you from anywhere, not just from the grind. Why live your life in a grind? Thinking, well, I'll be 60, whatever it is, 4 or 5, and I'll retire and I'll be able to enjoy my life. If you ain't enjoying your life now, this is life. This is eternity. Where will you spend it? In hell? In the grind? That's a hell in itself. If you're just living every day to get to retirement, look, if eternity is forever, then this is part of it, and you're living in hell. More people die of heart attacks on Monday morning than any other day because they go to a job they hate. Now, are they enjoying their life? My God, no. They're working 5 days a week or whatever they're working. Oh, thank God it's hump day. My God, it's Wednesday. Just 2 more days to the weekend and I can have my time. It's all your time, not just the weekend. It's yours. Enjoy it. Live it. Live in the moment. Even when things suck, try to find some way to enjoy it, because that's life. That's life. Not when you retire, not when the kids get out of school, not when you get that job, not when you start earning $100,000, not when you find that beautiful woman, not when you get married, not when you have kids. Now is life. Don't wait until then, because the then may never come. Or it may come and you may only get a year of it. Some people retire and die within a year. Many people do, because they send a signal to the universe or to themselves or whatever you like that they're finished. Their service is up. They're not needed anymore. I don't think of retirement. Mark, you're foolish. You got to think about your old age. Do I now? Well, I guarantee you, if I sit here and think about, well, I better be thinking about retirement. I'll give you an example. One of my first mentors, he was a wise man. He was a truck driver and he was laid off. And he was so concerned about getting a job where he could continue his retirement because he was in the union. He finally got hired with this Opie's company. He worked a couple years and he felt good. He had his retirement set up and he got killed in an automobile accident. So there you go. All that worrying, and I've worried enough in my life too, and I am not belittling this man. Were it not for him, I may not be here today. I may be dead, okay? The guy saved my life. But I'm just giving you that as an example. He was so worried about retirement, but he didn't have to worry about it. I see people working when they're 80 and 90 years old. That's the people I admire. That's who I want to be like. Just like when I was in my 20s and I was running triathlons, 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons, I would see these guys there in their 50s and they were ripped, man. They looked great. I admired these guys. I would even say, man, you look good. I wanted to be like them. I'm 62 today and I look like them guys, okay? Those guys, them guys, you get the point, okay? Now when I see guys that are 80 and they're out there working, living their life, I want to be like those guys, and I am going to be like those guys, come hell or high water, unless I check out, but I plan on being here a long time. So I'm 62, I don't take any medication. I wake up every morning at attention, you know what that means, and you can do the same. Don't listen to this crap about, oh, you got to get TRT, you got to get this, you got to get that. If that works for some people, that's great. I have nothing against that. Been tempted to use it myself. I don't need it. I believe I don't need it because I've taken care of myself. No, I'm not special. You have a body just like mine. You can do the same thing. But if you believe that everything starts going to hell after 40 or 45 or 50 or 60 or whatever, guess what's going to happen? You are prophesying your own future. What do they call that? A self-fulfilling prophecy. So there you go. It's going to happen according to how you believe. I don't buy into that shit. I mean, do I believe in reality? Sure. But I don't buy into that because I believe you can create your own reality to a certain degree. I mean, this camera is a real thing. I didn't make it. But somebody did within their mind because they believed they could. This camera that I'm talking to you on, at one time, that would have been thought witchcraft, probably. That would have been unbelievable. They would have thought you were from outer space if you had something like that. Today, it's commonplace. And it began in the mind of man. A belief that they could create something like this. Many people in certain times in history, not too far back, would have said that is impossible. Marconi was put in an asylum by his best two friends because he thought he could transmit sound through the air without a wire. I know some of you have heard me speak about that before. Put him away for a couple days because he believed something was possible where everyone else believed it was not possible. So that's what I'm telling you today. Get out of the grind. Believe that you can get out of the grind, or believe that you can make the grind a good time. Do you work with people? Those people you can talk to, you can make friends with, you can develop relationships with. You got a jerk that's a boss that's a jerk? Learn how to love that guy. Learn how to change your perception of him and watch him miraculously change, or you will end up somewhere else in a different department away from him. There's all kinds of ways you can use your mind to create an environment that you love. The environment does not create you. And it's the same way with women. The way women respond to you has so much more to do with what you look like than what you think. You see, did I mix it up? Has so much more to do with, has little to do with what you look like, but more with what you feel like about yourself. I think I got that confused. Okay, but the point I'm making here is you create your environment with women in your relationships. So many people think it's looks, money, status. These things play a part, and girls are attracted to that. But what they're really attracted to is the type of person it takes to accumulate that. The inner man, the inner game. If you got game, that's all you need. From game will stem everything you need to attract whatever kind of beautiful woman you want. Well, I'm really off the grind here, but that's the way I just go with the flow, man. So here it is. I'm going to get out of here. I didn't even plan on making a video today because, as I said, I'm overwhelmed. But I'm getting less overwhelmed because I've done the next right thing. And that's what you got to do when it seems like you have more to do than you can get done. Just do the next right thing, and everything will fall into place. And the next right thing is usually you getting out of yourself and doing something for someone else. Pick someone else up, and guess what? You'll get picked up a lot more times than you picked him up one time. And it's hard to explain that one too. But it'll come back to you multiplied. How about that? You understand that. Whatever you do for someone else, you're doing it for yourself. And whatever you do to someone else, you're doing it to yourself multiplicatively. If you can get that principle in your life, and everything else you desire can be brought to you easily. Whatever you want, give it away. And I'll go back to Afi Kingdom again. That is one of the most giving men I have ever met. He gives without any thought of return. And I'll guarantee you that he has a contentment, a peace, and a fulfillment inside of him that few people have. Mark my words on that one. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks again for joining me. Welcome to my new subscribers. And I'm going to go to the grind. Take care.